Hey folks, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to look at the leader of the Autobot resistance on Cybertron. No, I'm not talking about Optimus Prime, or Rodimus for that matter. I'm talking about the Transformers Power of the Primes Wave 2 Voyager class, Elita-1. And she's going to be our focus in the latest GotBot True review. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, and naturally, take a second and subscribe. Check me out everywhere. Have a look at Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, and we are on to Elita-1. Now, she has come with some controversy for a few reasons. One, we haven't really gotten a proper version of her. Yeah, there was one released, I think, in BotCon 2009. That was a reuse of, Cybertron Thunderwing, Thunderhawk, something like that. Either way, it wasn't really a mainline release that you could just find at retail. This is really the first version of her that we have had, and she does not turn into a land-based vehicle as she was depicted on the original program many years ago, over 30 now. She's now an aerial vehicle in a remold of Starscream. I didn't get Starscream, so this is my first experience with this mold. Will I like it? Will I not like it? Well, let's just say it's a bit of an uphill climb because I really wasn't impressed with Starscream. Though I do think that this matches her. It looks feminine, but at the same time, she looks powerful and imposing. I totally dig it. She looks like a leader should. Now, you may notice at this point that I've added a bunch of custom paint apps, and we'll see them closer when we look at her details. But there are things here that I like and things that I just didn't like. All in all, I'm really glad to have an Elita-1, but that doesn't mean she's perfect. How about we go over to the table and take a closer look at her? So I'd like to say that I'm really excited to take a look at Elita-1, but she's a bit of a mixed bag. You can see everything here. We're going to start off like we always do and take a look at the box first. And here we have the box. Interestingly, and I'd never noticed this with the Wave 1s, though I'm sure it was there, inside we have a bunch of Cybertronian writing. I don't know what it says, but it has been speculated that where it exists under each of the symbols, it's the name of that prime. I'm not sure what it is up there in the corner. I don't know what that says. If somebody does, hey, let me know. And we have some beautiful artwork here. We have some artwork on the side of the combined mode, like we usually do. The symbols of the primes over on the side here, and then on the back, of course, we have our typical bio and product shots and all of that good stuff. You know, it's nothing special from what we have always seen. Of course, we have instructions. They're all right. They're kind of small, to be honest with you, but I mean, they're okay, I guess. And the ever popular collector card with beautiful artwork of Elita-1 on it. I absolutely love this. I totally dig it. This is Vector Elita-1, and I think it actually gives her an important power. It lets her freeze and accelerate time without draining her energy. Now, if you know anything about Elita-1, she has an ability where she can freeze time and whatnot, and it pretty much like drains her life force. Now it can be replenished by Optimus Prime because she's connected to him. She's his girlfriend. I mean, what do you expect? But I guess this sort of means that she can do that ability without draining her power. I dig it. She comes with this Enigma combination. It's just a gray piece that has a bit of paint on it. I mean, it looks all right. It's just a block. It's just a hollow block. I don't think these were needed, but hey, whatever, we got it. And though she doesn't come with a sword or a blaster or anything, she comes with these. They're the bucklers that go on her arm. I guess you can put them in with that peg or that peg. Maybe there's a way to Yeah, I guess it goes one of those two ways. But it's feet. It's a foot for combined mode. You can call the buckler all you want. It's a foot. I guess it's a fine foot, but it's a foot. And there are, of course, two of these. And here we have Elita-1. Now, as you can probably tell, I've done really a bunch of custom paint apps on her because I wanted her to appear more accurate. That's a challenge because she is highly stylized. First, she's now a combiner, she wasn't before. Second, she's now a plane, she was a land-based vehicle. And third, instead of dark pink and light pink, we now have red and this kind of peachy color. For the peach colored paint, where I did add it mostly on her kneecaps, a little bit on her feet and her biceps, I used a gloss paint called Coral Reef. So I guess it's not so much peach as it is coral. But I like this. It's a little more modernized color. It's not so stereotypically, oh, she's female so she has to be pink. I dig it. This is completely like steeped in both power and femininity. I love it for that alone. That being said, if you don't like this silhouette, there's a couple of things you can do. One, a lot of people have taken the combiner head and removed it and put it up here. I feel like it's a bit too large for the body, but I could see the argument of some people saying, no, if you have the larger head, then it makes the body seem a little more svelte. If that's what you are looking for, then cool, but I dig the look the way that it is. The other thing that I do like, and I really have to kind of credit the alt geeks for this, Mechatronus and Javatronia. I hope I said both of their names right. They did, I guess, a slightly alternate transformation where you took the back here and rotated it, so now you have the wings of the jet mode down, and it kind of makes the shoulders seem more traditional for what Elita-1 would be. So it's up to you what you do. I will put this back for now. This is obviously a remold of Starscream. I didn't get that because I totally did not dig it at all. I didn't like it for so many reasons as Starscream. There's no way I could have looked at that thing and been unbiased. It just wasn't for me, but I'm glad I got the mold for her. Or I was until I tried transforming it. And I hear that she transforms better than Starscream. What a mess he must be. The paint that I added, I think, helps with the accuracy. But like I said, needless to say, she is more stylized. I didn't do as much down here as I'd hoped, largely because there's a lot of red that I would have had to paint white, and I kind of dig the red, so I did even stylize the paint on the lower legs myself a bit. These little blaster things, and I said she didn't come with blasters because I totally forgot. She does come with blasters. She comes with two of these. They're cast in red, they're completely red. I painted them white with yellow on them, and they can go in her hand, but they're pretty small little pew pew pea shooters. I don't think that's where they're intended to go. I think they are intended to go up here in this slot on her arm because she had spires there in G1. Actually, I'll show you this up close, I suppose, just because I forgot to do it, and then we'll go back to her. So as I said, she comes with two of these. They're completely red. I painted this one with a gloss white and then yellow in there because it is more animation accurate. Now that we have her back in, I will put this back on. I think out of package, because the head sculpt is so good, even with the color off, you know it's Elita-1, if you know the character, of course. And I would say it's probably about a 7. I mean, it's not completely accurate, but that head sculpt is really nice, and the combined head is even better than this one, and this is nice. So, yeah, maybe a 7. With the changes I made, it probably pops it up to an 8. Needless to say, like I said, she's stylized. I think an 8's okay. I think an 8's okay. This is definitely an update, and I dig it for what it is. Let's go into the articulation next. Well, the head can look left and right. It can look up, it can look down. It can even wiggle a little side to side to kind of get that quizzical look. So I like that. We have ratcheted shoulders, forward and back. By rights can go all the way around. Ratchets out to the side. We have a bicep swivel, which is cool. We have 90 degrees at the elbow, nothing at the wrist. That's a bit unfortunate for a Voyager class, but you know, not the end of the world. Nothing at the waist. That is unfortunate, but I understand it because of the way she transforms and everything she has to do. For the legs, they go well forward, even kind of like angle forward a bit. They can go back about that far, maybe a bit more if you get the backpack out of the way. No, not really. I got the backpack out of the way. That's about as far back as it goes. We have a thigh swivel, and that's really kind of built in because of the hip hinge. So I dig that. She can do full splits. That's cool. We have 90 degrees at least. Yeah, 90 degrees at the knee. The knees sometimes like to pop out of where they're locked into. That's a bit of a pain. I guess the toes can angle up if you want that. Now I've heard that some of these had the toes, I guess, incorrectly applied backwards. I don't know if mine does or not because it's toes. I'm not even sure how you would tell. And if mine are on backwards, they can stay on backwards. That being said, if yours are on backwards and you know it and you want to fix it, you can take out this screw right here. It is part of the spring-loaded combiner mechanism, so be careful doing that. And you can just switch them around. I don't think it's worth it for me. You notice I have not really mentioned the stickers yet, because in robot mode, her stickers aren't bad. There's a couple up right here, a couple down right here, maybe. A couple here. I think there might even be one on the arm here. Yeah, they're on the arm. They're okay in robot mode. They're not okay in plain mode. They're really not. And this is the first time that I've encountered these stickers being kind of awful, to be honest with you. Her articulation is good. There's nothing wrong with it other than no waist and no wrist. I'm going to say this is a Voyager. I would really like to see a waist on a Voyager when I can. I understand that it's not always possible. I get it because of the transformation. It's an 8. It's all right. You know, there's nothing really wrong per se with it. By the way, these tail sections, they can fold in and out. You know, it's fine. It's an 8. So she's had, we're going to say, because I did touch-ups here and made it into what I would deem an 8, but out of package, say, for look, she's about a 7. 8 here, she's about a 7.5, roughly at this point. She's all right. I'm glad to have her. I'm glad to add her, but I mean, she's certainly not perfect. Here she is next to Grimlock from Wave 1. Boy, Grimlock seems short there, but he has a lot of body bulk. That's where his plastic is taken up. And yes, he sacrifices height for it. I still like this Grimlock though. Like, I still dig him as a Grimlock, but I can see the argument that he's too short for sure. Taking him out of it, here she is with a deluxe class. Why not show her next to one of her soldiers, I guess you'd say. That being Moonracer, who I absolutely dig. I think she's fantastic. And here she is with the evolution leader Optimus Prime. And whoa, he's really kind of tall and out of frame there. Let's just adjust things slightly. And ooh, Optimus has a girlfriend. I looked at Optimus in episode 347. I looked at Grimlock in episode 3:45, and well, I looked at Moonracer just very recently. And here we are once again. Whew, and now we need to do the transformation. And I'm already tired thinking about it because I really don't find her to be that easy or fun. That being said, I also recently said that about the Studio Series Crowbar, and on camera for once he worked out great. We will go from robot to plane mode, and I guess I'll decide then if I want to go from plane to combined mode, or if we will go back to robot and then to combined mode. I'm not really sure. I don't really tend to use her as a combiner, so I'm not, I guess, super interested in that, but for the purposes here, I will certainly show it. Okay, so, okay, the plane mode. So, we'll straighten these up for now and bring them down by her side. And when you straighten these up, the elbows actually kind of lock, which I think is cool. We'll take the backpack and we will even rotate that around. Lift off the whole, I guess, cockpit section here. And that's going to end up, of course, coming up over. Then, while we're here on the back, we might as well straighten out the wing pieces. And in theory, all of this should be nice and easy at this point. We should be able to just peg this in, take these little pieces down, and they hook on really around right here, and kind of put the legs together and collapse them at the knee. So we will bring this piece down, bring this piece down. We will untab the knee, and we will untab the knee. I'm going to try putting them together, but I find that you really need to do these one leg at a time. I don't find that this really works for me. But hey, you know, we'll see. Maybe I should get those wings up out of the way. Maybe it went better this time than I anticipated it going. Of course, now we got to try and get those wings down on the side. Bring those hands down. We need to get the wings down on the side now. That being said, there's a little white tab on the wrist. It goes into a slot here on the side, and same on the other side. And then the wings have a rectangular slot right there that needs to tab down over a red tab right here. Or at least that's how it's supposed to happen. I have not yet gotten that to happen in all the times that I have converted her. Bring that down, bring that down. And that just pushed her leg out of alignment here. There. We bring this tail fin down, we bring this tail fin down, we fold up her foot and fold up that foot. Then we come up here and these come down. When these come down, there's a little slot here that goes over a little tab right there. There? No, little tab down right here, I think. That comes in there. And then that should come down and tab in there. Neither of these are really tabbed in at the moment. We also have little sections here that kind of push down, or they're supposed to push down there. And little tabs behind her shoulders. There. You're supposed to turn her head around so that you don't see her face down here. But if I do that right now, I'm going to scratch the white paint on it, so I just leave it down. And we come up to the nose, we pop out her landing gear, and in the end, boom, there you have Elita-1 in her plane mode. And actually that went more smoothly than it ever has. This right here is a bit gappy. The back isn't so gappy, but there's a rough tolerance between the wings getting down on the side of the legs. Like I said, until now I have not been able to get her legs to go up and peg in at the same time. I'm kind of glad that I did here. I like this better than Starscream. I even like the look of the stickers on it better than Starscream. But these stickers do like to peel, unfortunately, and I'm always repressing sections of them. I don't think they're gonna last on her. There's a lot here that has writing on it. Some of it says Elita or Ariel evolved. Some of it refers to the... It's a series of numbers, and it's supposed to refer to when she was introduced in, I believe, the War Dawn episode of G1. Some of it is her name, Elita-1, spelled with, like, 1 being spelled out in letters, right? Elita-O-N-E. So it's all kinds of little gibberish like that. Here's the thing that's ridiculous. She has this landing gear, but when you lay her down, by rights, the landing gear doesn't touch. I guess you could do that, and she kind of goes forward a little bit. But it's like the landing gear is a little too short for her. That's a bit ridiculous. Right here, on the bottom of her foot, and right here, there seems to be little molded in wheel detailing, so I guess that's supposed to be the rear landing gear. I don't know, it's all right. It's just, I feel like this should be just up a little bit like that. Maybe. But there you go. That's her in her vehicle mode. And you know what? Having her be a plane now instead of a land-based vehicle, I'm okay with that. And truth is, if I can have the transformation work this well all the time, I'm okay with that too. It's just that it doesn't work this well all the time. Okay, so we need to go to her combined mode next. So, we pick these sections up and they come out. Pick the wings back up and we pick the wings back up. We kind of just angle them like that. This is a bit of a weird combined mode, I think, to get into. We bring back the whole kind of cockpit section here and just leave all of that on her back for now. Oh, and I guess fold up the landing gear. We'll just leave all that there for now. Bring up these, though I've seen them left down, so that's really sort of your call. And we want to kind of, I guess, turn her at this orientation. So the arms really technically come over her head. We open up this red section on her forearm and this red section on her forearm, and we fold out. Maybe I can do it easier going this way. Yeah, there we go. We fold that out and we fold that out, turn them, I guess, forward. This is her combiner ports for the legs. And I kind of dig that once we have legs in there, we can sort of bring these pieces down over to kind of fill them in. I dig that. I respect that. Then we want to split these legs here and we turn them this way. And there they lock together and look something like that. We come to the body here and open it up and bring out the combined mode head and push in the robot head right there. And we just close this up again. By the way, getting this out I find a lot easier than getting it back in. Like this combined mode head, I don't know, it's a pain to get back in her tummy, or I find it is. So we take this, we turn it around, and it will come up over. Sorry about that, I had battery issues. So when we last left, I had the legs put together. These were down. I was bringing her head up over and saying that there were a couple of little starts here that went in here. But I forgot one little thing. There's a piece here that flips out, a white piece that flips out. And that has the little starts in it that go down. Then you fold in these two pieces, fold forward the wings, and they go on over the little wings here. Now I have red paint scraping already on this one, which is a shame. That goes there, and that goes there. Come to the back, bring that piece down, and that piece down. By the way, here's a combiner port for an arm, and here's the other one. These you can leave up, or you can bring them down, that's your call. I guess it's an alright torso mode. I don't feel like it's the most secure thing in the world. Taking that back, like these leg pieces already came apart. There, bring this back out and down. There. By the way, when you bring in these two sections, there's a little notch there that goes over a little rectangular piece here on that wing. That's why by rights that wing is supposed to be in, but I have seen it left out. All of that, I guess, is designed to aid in stability. I just feel like there's a lot going on in this torso mode. The head sculpt is fantastic. That's a beautiful Elita head sculpt, or Elita Infinite, I guess in this case. And I can see why people have changed it out for the base figure. I guess it's all right. You know, they move forward and back no problem, and out to the side no problem, I suppose. You know, I do like the covers down here. It's a lot in combined mode. It's a lot. And I find that the body likes to just fall open at this point. Maybe that's just me. Getting into this mode, I think overall, is easier than getting it into the plain mode, although the plain mode worked out pretty well for me. It was a 7. The transformation, again, it's fiddly and finicky. You have things peeling off. It's probably a 6.5 or a 7. I would say overall, Elita is somewhere between a 6.5 and a 7. Maybe a 6.75. Maybe even a 7. She's alright. This mold is alright. I don't think it's a great mold. I really don't. Having it once for her is enough. Some people have said, hey, if we have Starscream, we better get Thundercracker and Skywarp. I don't think we're going to, and I don't think we're really missing out, because I don't think it's a great version. I respect the attempt, but I don't think it's a great version. I like her. I'm glad to have her. But I can almost assure you now that she will spend 99.8% of the time in robot mode, because that's really where she shines. And here we are again, and here she is again. And by now you kind of know my thoughts. Like I said, I'm really glad to have an Elita-1. I'm even glad that she's not all stereotypically pink. Like the dark pink is this red, and what's supposed to be light pink is sort of this peachy color. And you know, I did try basically to match her G1 coloration with a couple of slight alterations. Like this white piece is now red. The tips up on her head are now white, along with around that yellow section. That's also white. I have the peach there on her arms, and kind of here on her knees, and down here on the top of her foot, just to sort of break it up. They're supposed to be much more different coloring, There's supposed to be much different coloring down on her legs, but I took liberty here because there's so much red as it is. I like her. I think she's imposing. I think she's cool. I wish that she fit together better in plain mode. A lot of people said that she fits together together better than Starscream, then he must be an absolute mess. Absolute mess. I feel like that there's a lot of work to get to her combined mode, and she's not supposed to be a combiner. I'll probably never use her that way. Although that being said, we have Firestar or Nova Star who will be able to combine with her, along with Moonracer. If we got a green light and a Lancer, I might be down for it. Who knows? I can also see the argument for having the wings turned around so that the silhouette on the upper part of her body looks a little more traditional. I also left the white on her shoulders because I just think it looks cool. I like her. She's stylized, heavily stylized, but I am so very glad to have some decent version of Elita-1 in my collection. I can also see the argument for some third-party offerings that are out there. Anyway, let me know what you think about her. As always, I love to hear your thoughts. I'm going to thank you again for stopping by, giving me some of your very valuable time. And I'm going to say, hey, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And I very much look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit right here inside the videos.